Welcome to the Beauty Talk Podcast. I'm Abriana.
And I'm Jazz.
And we're your beauty industry advocates.
So, how was your weekend?
It was good. What was my weekend, child? I'm fed up.
No, you was about to say it was good.
I know, but that was like, that was cat.
Okay.
Because I am there, okay? I am ready to have this baby, and just laying down and doing anything is just like highly irritating. Everything irritates
How
me.
much time do you have left?
I mean, hopefully tonight.
But how much time did they say you
Technically,
have
I'm 38 weeks, 2 days. So, I mean, I just feel like...
I mean, I know you're not going to go the full,
I ain't. I'm going to make something pop.
I'm not. You're going to make sure you don't?
I'm going to make something pop.
Are you going to be trying like castor oil?
I'm scared of stuff like that. I don't do that.
I think people shouldn't do it either, but it seems to be a popular thing.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, like, I heard, pineapples, technically, like, my doctor was like, she thinks that pineapples...
What is it about pineapples?
I think it's it's acidic.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Y'all know I don't
But it's
know
a fruit. So, I mean, like, I'm not doing... It's not nothing. It's just like eating a fruit. Like, you can just eat a fruit. So, it's like... But yeah, so it's a fruit, so I don't really feel bad about eating a fruit. But I'm making something happen tonight because I'm fed up. I want this baby. I'm ready to just have my body back by myself.
Not by myself. You don't want to share no more?
Stacy,
you can't be on here yelling Stacy.
Cause she calling me.
Who is Stacy?
God, okay. Anyways,
we need another county.
I know.
Ma'am, that was a whole lot.
She stopped my video.
Who is Stacy?
God. Okay. Well, we can keep going. What? Okay. So okay. Once you get yourself,
I just scratched my edges real hard. We are terrible. Okay. So
push record.
I ain't been recording this whole time.
No.
Oh Jesus. Okay. So ask me about my weekend then.
How was your weekend?
Wait, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
So how was your weekend?
I worked this weekend, and you know how working on the weekend makes me feel.
Oh, I know. Wait, hold on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. But you know how I feel. Every time I get to Silk Press Saturday, I just be like, why did I agree to this shit? Like, I woke up this morning like, okay. But other than that, it's been okay. I'm just ready to like do like these hints of sun. Have like really, really just been like getting me in a positive mood. And I'm just ready for summer, even though I know we still got quite some time.
Yeah, I hope we don't have no shenanigans. Like we could have a whole blizzard in March.
Literally.
We better not do. Ooh, please don't do that. Don't do that.
Please don't, because
I'm gonna have attitude.
Literally fuck everything up for me.
Because we're doing great.
We are.
Let's just keep on moving
I feel like
on.
we haven't had a real bad winter.
We haven't at all.
Okay.
At all, not to me. But I feel like the winters be coming like in February and March. Like that's when the shenanigans
But
start.
see, March is technically spring, which is the part that I don't understand.
Like rain, okay, but I hate rain too.
I was just about to say I hate rain. Like I know. I'm gonna say this. I do not like being wet with my clothes on. Like getting wet in the rain is so disgusting to me.
Like your shoes.
And the smell of certain people in the rain is just like
disgusting.
Anybody who has like, I feel like bad hygiene, like when the rain hits it, it just intensifies.
And it's
crazy.
Like, what is that? Like what? How?
Right.
Because it's water. Like you would think that it would help it.
You know what? That's a good question.
Like for real, because it really is something. Like it really is.
Because when you get in the shower, it's gonna like
yeah.
wash all of that away. So why is it when the? That's a really good question.
It's very weird.
That's some shit I'm gonna be googling at 3:00 in the morning. Like why? Why do people stink worse when they get wet via rain versus shower water?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's so weird. But anyways,
yes. So beauty world shenanigans.
Yes, beauty world shenanigans. What is going on? What's popping?
So I know you saw like a Insta famous stylist, and she had made a long post about basically like all of these girls that are working in suites and providing services that are unlicensed. They should be scared. And the vibes I got from it, I know you saw the post. It seemed like I call stay bored on you bitches.
Yes.
Is that what you got from it?
Yes,
okay.
That's what and I'm like. Did you get like, because this is the thing, I'm very that girl that's like, you need to be licensed. Because I'm not a hater about it, but I be like, I worked hard to get my license. I work hard for every class that I take. I pay for every class I take. you over here getting all this money and I'm over here, I don't like it.
Yeah, it was just very like,
It was giving haterish.
That's what I'm kind of like. I can't see myself actually like
doing that.
Calling state board on somebody. I can't see myself actually calling state board on somebody. It's a lot of people that, you know, if you read through the comments, like they felt like she was justified in what she did, you know. And I did agree with a portion of it. Like she had said on there that our industry does have standards.
Yes.
And it does. She's saying that like, you know, at one point we had a lot of standards and that the beauty industry was really respected. And it really was, you know. And she's like, basically the way that they are handling clients now and that they're treating the industry as a whole, like, you're bringing us down. And like I said, I agree. I just don't know that I would have called state board.
Yeah.
Like, that seems like a lot to me,
all
you know?
day. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely, not necessarily go that far.
Right.
But if you don't go that far, who, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm like, maybe that was for her, you know what I'm saying? Somebody had to do it, so I'm glad she did. I don't know. Even if I don't agree, I just mind my business. So it's kind of hard for me to, like, really stand behind that.
Yeah.
Even though I understand, you know what I'm saying, where she was coming from and why she did it. And, like, just, like, some of the horror stories that's been going on with the clients. Like, I've had at least 3 clients come in this week, and they tell me about some bad experiences and some shit, and it's just like...
Yeah, I hate to get those too, because I'd be like, because I don't want to.
And I'm the type of person, I ask who it is. Yeah. And not in a I'm trying to be messy or I'm trying to be nosy. I want to make sure that I don't recommend. Yeah, I don't recommend clients, because like when I can't get people in, I'm going to be like, okay, go to so-and-so. And if I know them personally, you know, but most of the people I know personally that I would highly recommend are busy. So I'm looking for other stylists or service providers that I can recommend to. And all I can do is go off of social media, you know. So if I see like, okay, their work looks good, but I don't necessarily know if it's actually good, and you come and you tell me this was your experience, then I know like, okay, it's smoke and mirrors. Yeah. You feel me? I'm not going to send anybody, because I would feel terrible if I sent, you know,
and a shenanigan happened.
Exactly.
That's why I really don't even recommend. Like, I really stop like you said, the people I know that I would send you to, they're busy. So it's like, I still do recommend those certain people, but it's like also, I'm scared to recommend. I don't want you to come back to me, tell me what happened. I literally had an experience with a client, my first baby. I went on maternity leave. She literally, like, hair like mine, like full head of hair, like beautiful hair. Came back, she don't have none of this anymore because she went to a popping stylist here in the city.
And you recommended her?
I didn't recommend her, no.
Oh, okay. I would have felt so bad.
No, I had nothing to do with it. She just went to her. Okay. But it went bad, like surgery. Like,
oh my God.
Like had to go have, still to this day, my daughter's 7.
And she's still dealing with that?
She's still having surgeries on it? Yes, of a sewing. Her head got like highly infected, like within 7 days of receiving the service.
What do you even do? Okay, so let me ask you this. Like, I'm gonna give you a couple scenarios, and I want to know, like, is this a blast or a pass type situation? And or a pass type situation. And I ask this because, like, as they're telling me certain, you know, situations, I kind of feel like, again, we get back to that point of I don't want to fuck nobody money up. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like, how is someone to know that, you know, this is not a good service provider to spend their money with without having that bad experience? So it's like, I kind of feel like if nobody's talking about it, if nobody talks about their experience in a public platform, then how will other people know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's hard.
It is.
Because I definitely, like, because that... Like, that's traumatizing, first of all, because like I said, she went from, like, on the scale 0 to 100, completely different. Like I said, surgery she had to pay for, because then,
okay, I already know what you're about to say. Go ahead, let me hear it. I already know.
They went to Facebook about it, and, like, literally the person who was doing the service, like, turned it on the client. And
How?
And then had all her following, like she had to change her number because they was like stalking her and wearing her phone out and like wearing her out. I couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe that it was really happening. And like I've interacted with this person before. Like, I cannot believe that you do that. Like,
oh wow.
And you was in the wrong. Because that's the
So
thing.
she took absolutely no responsibility
Absolutely
for this
no responsibility. Threatening her.
Didn't offer no treatment, nothing.
First of all, there was no treatment to be had because this is the thing.
Yeah.
When you get a sew-in and you know you got your braids, right?
Okay.
And if you say, my head is hurting, and you touch your hair and then you see like green.
It was pus?
It was like green pus. So
that's definitely a sign of infection.
So then you start touching it and then you can actually pull the braid off of your scalp.
That's so gross. Please, you're going to make me... Oh, that is so nasty.
So it's like, this is a medical emergency.
Right.
All within 7 days of this happening.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sorry. I don't know I don't know what kind of needle. I don't know what kind of comb. I don't know what kind of anything, but this was something wasn't right. And then to, the client's side, it's like, I've done her hair for years before this. We didn't have no. It's not.
So did this happen to your client in one visit, or like she was going to her for a while, or this was one visit?
One visit while I was on maternity leave, like one visit.
I know she probably felt like a lot of, and see that's the thing where it's like, I don't know though, because her clients was riding with her so hard that it's like, has this happened before, or has it not happened before? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Because I don't like when people put people on blast in certain ways, but then also, just like you said, I feel like if I don't let you know, you're not going to know.
Exactly.
And if I don't let you know the right way, you might not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, a situation where, similar to what you just said, where a client ends up with a huge bald spot from her sewing braids being too tight. Is that a situation you feel like you would put on blast, or you would just kind of keep on the wraps? Do you feel like that's something that needs to be shared?
I feel like she wasn't like me. It's hard because I feel like how she was going about it was really good. Like she was like keeping on wraps, but she was like, I got medical bills and we can either do this or we can do that. Basically, we can take it to the law or we can do that. But then the stylist was offended, so then she blasted it and then turned it into this big old frenzy. Okay. So I don't know. What would you do in that scenario? Because that's like medical. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel like
I feel like you can talk to the stylist.
I think that should always be a first option. I don't think you should go straight to social media. Because sometimes accidents do happen. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just have a one-off. Mm-hmm. And so in those situations, a good stylist, a good service provider is more than likely going to fix the problem. They don't have any, issue with fixing the problem. And so I think that you should definitely go the stylist route first. Yeah. However, if they don't, respond in what I would consider a fair, in a fair way, then I kind of feel like that would be your next step to go to social media. And I know it sucks because, like I said, I hate to really see people blasted, because nobody is perfect. Sometimes people do make mistakes, but then that also goes into, is this a pattern for you? Yes. Is this something that you do all the time? You know what I'm saying? Is this something that you're known for? Because then other people do need to be aware of that, because I may not want to come to you. I might not want to service you. I may not want to deal with that.
Risk whatever. Or it's a review.
It is.
But it's tasteful, do it tastefully, because I see a lot of shenanigans though. I seen this one video on this girl on TikTok, and she was saying what stops her from going to a stylist.
I think I saw that. I think I did see that.
And I was like, sis, I've been getting spicy. Girl, you don't even look like you go to the salon and get your hair done. You probably take care of your hair at home, no shade or nothing. But it's stop, because you're talking about, if you don't have this in your bio, I'm not coming. If you require a deposit, I'm not coming. Baby, the work, that's the work. First of all, the doctor's office, if you late 10 minutes, honey, they're not taking you. So it's everybody has their own set of rules. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to be making it a big old cult following that if somebody's got deposits, you don't need to be going to them. They're not a real stylist. They trying to get your money. That's not true. That's actually them trying to, make it the best service. For me, it's I'm trying to make sure that your service is what you want, and I'm going to get what I want, and my client behind you is going to get what they want. They're going to get that on time. It's it's a system. So it's it's because, like she said, though, those people in those suites that are not professional, that are just getting this money, doing whatever, they give us a bad name, so then it's just we're all in this big old...
So, okay, let me ask this. Do you feel like that if places of business that are like that they're leasing from, if they kind of stepped in and had some like regulation, if they were like, hey, we need to see a license, we need to see a license in order for you to operate your business here. Like, I think that would definitely help, but at the same time, you're going to run into like most people, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? They just want to lease the space. And if you can fill up this, so I kind of, like I said, I kind of understand why she called state board. I wouldn't personally do it, but it's like there's nobody to regulate anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is nobody, there's no checks and balances, there's no standards, there's none of these industry requirements are being upheld. So it's like, at what point do we do something about this? And it's not fair. I think she was saying it too, like, she was saying that the clients, they don't deserve the treatment that they have been receiving. And like I said, I done heard some horror stories, and they don't,
But no, that's legit. Actually, like, so really it sucks for the people that are in the suites, but really it's going to come down on the person who owns the actual building.
Right.
Because, like, when I first opened up my spot, the state board was there, like, within a couple of days. We was like, whoa, like, they was not playing. But it was like, let me check everybody's license, like, doing all these things. Let me check your trash cans, all these. Because this is how you run a legitimate business.
Exactly.
And the person who owns this spot and who is, in charge of this whole thing, putting all this together, they should be held accountable.
They should.
Because it's even higher than just you doing their hair or you doing their service, and if something happening, it's like, liability of the whole place.
Exactly.
So, no, actually.
And I think that too, like, even what you saying, the liability, like, I think that people think, okay, well, I got my LLC, or I got this and I got that, but, like, is your business insured? Do you have insurance on your actual physical place of business? Just because it's a suite doesn't mean that it should be limited. You know what I'm saying? Because it could easily turn into a situation, of course, even if you're in a building leasing a suite, you know what I'm saying, that building owner can say that this is on you. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, maybe it happened in this building, but you're your own entity, and so we don't want to be responsible. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you need to know your contract too. Don't just be
anything. So, it's kind of like, especially I feel like if you're not going to be licensed, if you're not going to have any type of education, if you're going to, like, at least have some insurance. You know what I'm saying? Because people do have legal grasp too, like the girl we talked about on the other episode that the can exploded in her face. That stylist is responsible. It doesn't matter that it's an accident, so.
That is scary too, child.
It is. It really is. I tell people when they come to the salon, I am insured, but baby, don't fall in here. Don't slip in here. Don't break your neck. Don't have a heart attack.
Watch where you going.
Don't listen.
Shut that door right. Don't throw your finger in it.
Pick your feet up.
Kids.
Put them down.
That's another thing. Like that. People be so mad about the no kids. It's a liability.
It's a fucking liability. No.
None of the baby don't want to sit down in the back. None of the baby don't want to sit down in the front. None of the baby want to.
They don't want to sit down at home. Why the fuck you think they want to come here and sit down? They don't want to sit down at home. And it's slipping and sliding hair everywhere, and they put some hair in their mouth. They put a product in their mouth. They're at the sink trying to turn the water hose on. Like, come on now.
No, kids, because that stuff like that is protection. Like,
it is.
And I don't understand why people.
It's not an environment for children.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not safe.
It's not. It's period.
You pick up a curl on, it's over.
It's hot.
So then whose fault is that?
Yep.
Because the child was in a place where they actually were asked not to come.
Right.
And
you still brought them. Listen, I don't know if this is I don't know if this is like a CPS case in the making, but like I've had clients bring in their kids and I told them like, hey, you can reschedule your appointment or you can have somebody come and pick them up. And they cannot stay in here while you have somebody come pick them up. So I've,
waiting in the car.
Yes, the kid was in the car. Give them their tablet, give them your phone, whatever you got to do to keep them occupied. You go out there and check on them every 10 minutes. I'll send my assistant out. We could take shifts until the person come to pick them up, but they can't come in here.
I feel you on that.
I'm sorry. And
I feel you. I haven't ever done that because it's like, like, that's what we say, you be feeling bad. But it's like.
I don't feel bad.
Straight up.
I'm not playing. I don't feel bad. I don't.
Yeah, no, for real. It's your life. It's your livelihood. It's all those things matter. And it's so quick for something to happen.
Yep.
It's so quick for something to happen and then it's over. Because like, for instance, I got concrete floors. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if a kid is playing in that chair and fall and bust their teeth.
Yep. Yep, little snaggletooth gonna be toothless for a little bit sooner than they was supposed to be. And depending on if it was their new teeth, listen, they might be fucked up for a while.
Teeth.
Listen,
because they ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I told you that the sign it's a sign too. That's another thing too. When you got a sign, when you got something written down,
yep,
and then you Something happened?
Yep.
My hands are...
And that's why I don't do it. Like, I don't care. They can't be in here. You know what I'm saying? So that means they need to sit in a car. Somebody need to come get them. You can reschedule your appointment. Whatever you want to do. That's between you. I don't know what kind of parent you are. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. But I know that this kid cannot be in here. And I'm going to charge you full price for this service if you come in here with your kid. I'm sorry. If you decide to bring your kids to your appointment, exactly, and you already knew this and you read this in the rules and you knew that it says it on the door, it says it in your confirmation email, it says it when you schedule the book, you know, and you still brought your child in here, then I feel like you trying me, one. Like, let's just start there. You trying me.
You don't even care about my...
You don't care,
nothing.
like, and you wasting my time.
Yeah.
So you still got to pay for this appointment.
Yeah.
Or little Billy could sit out there with the tablet.
Little Billy.
Listen, roll the windows down. I don't know how this works.
Child,
listen, I don't leave nobody in the car. You can't roll the windows down.
You're not supposed to leave kids in the car. Now, granted, the whole...
At what age?
I don't know. I think it definitely is an age because, like, I don't know what age it is.
I feel like if they old enough to let themselves out, they could be left in the car. Is that not fair?
I mean, yes and no. I don't know what age it is, but I mean...
Which of your kids would you not leave in the car?
By himself or by themselves?
You said himself first, so it seems like you already...
Because my baby. Like, I wouldn't ever leave Zane, the 1-year-old, by himself.
Okay, obviously.
But, like, my 4-year-old, I probably wouldn't leave him either because he opens doors. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all, they know how to take the child lock off.
And then if you leave him in there with the child lock on, then that's kind of defeating the purpose, even if they know how to open the door.
And then it's like, you can't leave them in there, like, with the doors locked and all this stuff because it's like, if something happens, you want them to be able to get out. That is so horrible. But my daughter...
The story is, don't bring your kid to your appointment. Not at least not your appointment.
So you don't have
because your kid will be in the car. And I have clients that will tell you that this has happened. Yes. So, like, tell my other clients so they are aware.
You can't go in her shop, okay? She don't care. She don't care.
I know.
Don't bring them.
You know what I seen too? This post I saw this week, it was like, one thing about entrepreneurship that I learned is that y'all do not read. And that was the funniest shit ever to me.
I wanted to post it so bad because, like, y'all really don't read.
They don't.
And then it's all our fault, though. It's all our fault.
Always. Mm-hmm. It's always our fault that you didn't read. And then it's crazy, too, that you don't read because, like, you really don't know what you're agreeing to if you haven't read anything.
Listen, wait till we get into the next topic, which was, like I said, black businesses and small businesses and how y'all treating people and such. And it's got to stop. We're going to go deep into it because at this point, we're both business owners. We're both black business owners. We're both small businesses. We're starting from zero and going up to the top. We are not big brands. We are not, we're not there yet, okay? Right. Like, we have to get there. And I feel like y'all just think because someone...
That's supposed to be for the next topic.
Okay, yep, you're right. Okay. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that one. Because, how about this? There's a person who, let's say you paid somebody to make you something, right? Mm-hmm. And they make it like an outfit and it's horrible and you hate it. But this person is like popular in the city, so you feel like a way like, ugh, I don't really want to say nothing, but I hate my outfit. Like, do you like request money back? Do you?
That happened to me before.
What did you like? What?
I just told her, I was just like, you know, and it really kind of was annoying too because it was just like I be taking her. I basically told her like I see what it's supposed to look like and what you sent me, it don't look like that. But she handled it very well. I didn't like blast her or nothing. Mm-hmm. I just messaged her directly and told her like, hey, you know, this is what you sent me. And this is not what was advertised, and I can't wear it because, like, you know, I spent my money on this, so I can't wear it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was off. It was, like, noticeably off. Mm-hmm. Like, I was not okay wearing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she ended up making me another one and sending it to me or whatever, no charge. She handled it very well, but...
And did the second one look, it was right?
Yeah, it was right.
Yeah, see, I feel like it's just sketchy. Like, different scenarios are sketchy because, like, for instance, if something happened with me, like somebody's unhappy with my service or whatever, I feel like I haven't had a service, like a problem with somebody having a problem with a service that I couldn't fix or that was worthy of them, like, acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So it's, I'm trying to think because, like it doesn't matter, like, how much money you spend on the service. Or is it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would make you, like, want to blast somebody? Like what like qualifies, all right, blast this person because like, or if it's your friend, you be nice.
Oh, if it's my friend, I'm not going to be nice.
Well, that's good, because a lot of people be like,
I'm going to be brutally honest with you if you're my friend.
Yeah.
Like, no. No. I had posted something about that on my story the other day. Like, if we're friends, I feel like I can't lie to you. If you know what I'm saying, like, I can't lie to you.
That's
I can't bullshit. Exactly. Yeah. I don't feel like that's genuine. So, like, no. Like, there's no way.
Well, like, or if you are, because I can't even say, like, somebody's my friend. It's like if you are just, know them, and you're like, man, I want you to be amazing. I want this to be amazing that you did for me, but it's like, it's not.
Yeah. Like, I feel like you should be honest with them. I feel like you should be honest with them. I wouldn't blast them, but I do feel like you should be honest with them. I'm kind of feeling like a situation where you want to blast is if the service provider is not handling the situation in the way that they should. I think that's a situation where you may want to leave that bad review or just, let others know. Me personally, being in the business, like being involved in the business, I try not to really speak bad of other service providers. I just really, really won't recommend them. But I will be honest, if I have a client that tells me, like, without going into full detail, like if they tell me they're wanting to go to this person, I will tell them I don't think they should go.
Yeah,
like
I'd be
like, I don't think you're going to be happy there. Just basically kind of deter them from going there because I know something they don't know, and I can do that without giving full details. You know what I'm saying, about what happened, but I will if they say that person first. I won't be like, oh, here's a list of bitches don't go get serviced by. You know what I'm saying? But if you bring this person's name up and I know for a fact, I'm gonna be like, don't do it.
Yeah, period.
Like, don't do it. Do not do it.
I know you might think on Instagram they might be popping. You see all these beautiful things, but I'm trying to tell you.
I'm trying to spare you.
Spare you, please.
I do like, and then personally, like, and I definitely feel like it's a case by case situation because I had a situation the only time, and that was like my own time set for like in hair school, like one situation. But I did this girl's hair. She just got a silk press, and I had blow dried her out, ironed her out, all of that. Her hair was like falling out. This was a new client. I don't know what, happened prior to that, but she was a new client, and I did her iron out or whatnot. Everything looked good at the end or whatever, but she was saying, like, as she was combing her hair, it was just shedding, it was just coming out, and then when she went to wash it, that she had like a lot of heat damage or whatever. So when she told me this or whatever, like, I immediately was like, okay, well, I just took responsibility because, like, I'm assuming that obviously if you're saying something to me about this, like, this wasn't an issue that you were dealing with before, and this is something that, I had did. And she was upset, so I was like, okay, like, trying to figure out, like, what went wrong. She's like, oh, you must have had the heat up too high and all of that. I'm like, no, because, like, we know the temp, the irons, according to that person's hair texture. So, like, I'm like, no, I actually used a very low heat setting, which was really, really weird to me that her hair was messed up. Come to find out, my blow dryer was going out, and so, like, it was heating up really, really hot and cooling down really, really. Wow. So as I'm blow drying, I don't feel the shift in the temperatures, and so it ended up like burning her hair. It ended up scorching her hair, and I felt bad. I didn't understand at that time, but I did tell her. I was like, hey, I gave her a full refund, of course, because obviously this is my fault. But I did tell her, I was like, at that time before I realized what happened with the blow dryer, I told her, I was like, hey, I'm going to give you a refund. I'm going to recommend you to some sites I think could get your hair back on track. I was like, but what you need, I don't offer. And it's not that I don't want to, provide service and fix it. I just don't think that I'm able to provide what you need to fix the service. So, she was like, okay, I understand. She gave me the money back, and then I ended up figuring out what was going on with the dryer. So, of course, I apologized to her. But, it was a situation where I did fuck this girl hair up. Like, I fucked her hair up. Her hair was in pretty bad condition. But she did bring it to me, and I'm glad she did, and she didn't blast me because it really was like a one-time bad situation, you know what I'm saying? And I fixed it, and I gave her money back and recommended her, and like the person I recommended her to got her hair back on track. And I felt really bad about it because, it wasn't intentional. So because I know that I'm like not free of, making mistakes or whatever that happens, and even though being as careful as you try to be, sometimes shit happens. It's like, that's why I'm like, I really don't want to go into a blast thing. But I think it's kind of like when you see that this is something that is like repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Like if this is something that
That
stylist does often,
you
know what I'm
mislead
saying?
people and then they get bad results.
Then it's kind of like somebody needs to say something.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't gonna be me, but somebody, you know, needs to say something. Like I've just heard horror stories, even like girls having eye infections and stuff from like getting their lashes done. Like I feel like there's something that needs to be said, because if you're playing with dirty instruments on, you're fucking with my vision now. Like that's something serious, you know.
Even when they take their before and after, I'm like, when their eyes are like bloodshot like that.
Yes.
I'm like, why are you okay with that?
Like,
why are you leaving like that? Like it looks bad. You can't even see the drive home. I'm confused.
And so that's where it's like, I feel like that's a situation where that absolutely people need to know, like, hey, I had a really bad eye infection from receiving service from this person. Every time I go, I leave with an eye infection. That's something people need to know. You know what I'm saying? And it maybe it's a sanitation thing, you know? And you never know. Well, what if you blind somebody? You know, like, I feel like that's something when we get into those kind of risk factors, like,
something needs to be said.
Something need to be said, you know.
So, side note, have you ever had somebody like you do their hair and they loved it, like when they were there, like a real like thing, and then, you know, a day later or a couple of days later they're hitting you with all these things, like, and you're like, whoa,
where was this at?
Because you definitely loved it before you left, and like, what?
I feel like,
and then how do you handle those situations? Because I know how.
Don't leave the chair if you don't like it. But I'm also really good at reading energy. I can usually tell when they get up if you like your hair or not. The most of the times when I've seen that happen is you went home and your boyfriend didn't like your hair. You liked your hair, but your boyfriend didn't like your hair. Your boyfriend been talking shit to you, and now you feel bad about it, so you want to put it back on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you got out the chair, you loved your hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything was perfect. Or I see it like if a person, you ask for something, you think you want this, but when you get it, you don't really want that. Yep. I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I've had that happen to me before, as far as, like, somebody was like, do you? And I did me.
No, ma'am.
Which was stupid, right? I know better.
Right.
I know better. And I did me, and I did what I like. You know what I'm saying? But it did look good on them, and, like, luckily, you know, I got footage of it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, it looks good. Presentable. You were happy, all these things. But then, said all this stuff, and then me, like, I'm quick to pay you back. Like, you ain't gonna say I owe you some money. Here you go.
Because it ain't worth it. You can get the fuck on.
Here's your. I am so sorry. I'm very.
It depends though. Like dealing with the hair company, with hair orders and stuff like that. As long as they ain't got my product, you want your money back. You wanted it tomorrow, but I told you it was gonna come Friday. Get your money back. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even normally do refunds, but just if you're gonna be too much of an issue for me, it's not worth the money, and I'm gonna block you from my site. You can never order hair again, and I'm going on with my life, and you go to fuck on with yours. But if I took my time to do something that you asked for, that's when I'm not as lenient, because I feel like you asked for this, and I make it very clear to my clients, like, we're not experimenting.
Yes.
We're not experimenting. We're not gonna, maybe I want this and then I want that, or I thought I want a curl, but now can you straighten it, or no, you need to know what you want. Period.
That's where I'm at. What do you want? She was like, well, you just, baby, honey, that's that.
What do you want? What you want, because you're paying for it.
Tell me what you want, exactly.
And you need to like it, and you need to be happy,
and
you
need to be on my nerves. I don't care. Because guess what? You call me tomorrow, you want your hair straight, and you just got it curled, I'm not going to do it.
Oh, I can. We're going to wash it and dry it, and you're going to pay full price for this new straight hairstyle.
Child.
If I have availability.
But it's like, like, how do people, it's hard to deal with that. And then it's like the customer's always right thing. So it's like hard to go back and forth.
I do not agree with the customer is always right.
I definitely don't. Because, like, I mean, even myself, when I go, because I'm ready to fight, like, a lot of times.
I'm ready to fight.
I'm ready to fight. So, like, I'll go back. The other day, I went in Starbucks, and I was like, and I ordered a drink for somebody else. And I never even seen the drink before. But it wasn't even nowhere near half full. But she ordered a shot with, like, stuff in it. And I never.
You didn't know what she ordered?
I mean,
and you went off on the.
Yeah. Okay. No, I went in there, like, ready to go out. And I was like, this drink is not full. Like, it's not full. And he was like, I'm not sure why. So he turned to the manager. She literally was like, well, she ordered and that's not full. And I was like, thank you very much. And I, walked myself up out of it.
Brianna.
But I was ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I was ready to go. But sis got me together. And I said, respect. I'm on my way out, baby. I said, I'm so sorry. I don't even know
I don't even know what I was getting.
This is somebody else's drink. You have a great day. You did amazing. My other drink is good.
You did amazing.
My other drink tastes real good.
I'm not dealing with you.
So I'm saying I get both sides of it, but like you gotta,
I feel like it's certain things that you have to like. If you know you're a picky person, you should never ever be on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like ever. If you know you don't like this side of your face, you prefer this side of your face, you need to be clear. Things you need to tell your stylist. We need to make a whole dedicated video to this.
I don't like my forehead. I like a side part.
Exactly.
I don't do the middle part.
Exactly.
Because when you put that middle part in my head, I'm not gonna like it.
Because if you tell me, like when my clients tell me, like I want my face to look slimmer, I know I need to sew all their tracks going forward, so that way it's
the hair is taken. Yeah.
Exactly. But if you don't tell us this and you just sit down, no, how are we supposed to know that? Like we don't even know you. Yes. Hell, like we don't know what your insecurities are. We have no idea how you feel about yourself or what you prefer. Like, what the fuck?
And now you over here telling everybody how to mess your hair or I didn't do a good job.
And then it'd be like so stupid. It'd be like they hate their hair because they part be like slightly off. Bitch, just tell me to move the fucking part. Or tell me where you want your fucking part. I don't know.
Sitting there looking in the mirror. I'm like, we're grown. That's a whole nother thing for me. I hate when grown women do not know how to communicate. Like, speak. Like, you're paying for this. Tell me what you want.
Absolutely.
Tell
you
me
need
how
to like
you
it.
want
You need
it.
to be happy with your service. So, Stay Bored, this is my petition. I cannot call Stay Bored on anybody. I will not do it. But I feel like y'all need to do a better job of doing y'all job. And then maybe y'all could catch the shit and give the clients a better experience.
Because it's getting out of hand. It really is.
It's out of hand. It's not even getting...
It's out of hand. We not gonna call because that's just not our vibe.
No,
but
we can't
it's
snitch.
Definitely some shenanigans. It's definitely unlicensed people doing unlawful things.
Unlawful things in every field, from post-op care to
nurses, dental, to implants. Maybe doing the implants, putting the stuff in the face.
Oh, fillers and stuff. Oh my God, you shouldn't have said that because, like, did you know that there are people like ordering? Now, you know I fuck with China because you get good shit from them. But there are people like ordering like China-made fillers and different stuff because they can't get it in the States because they're not licensed to get these products. So they're ordering them from China or whatnot with different ingredients in it that they're not even like aware of what's in it. And they are injecting people and doing fillers and Botox and like just all kinds of things.
You don't even know.
Yep, because they're not licensed to get these products. So yeah, but they're still offering these services. So I just feel like Stay Bored, if you could just do a better job of doing your job, then maybe you could catch some of this stuff and save some of the clients because it's out of control. It's very concerning and
it's scary. And at this point, it's like, more of our story of our little chat here is like, it's like you said, it's either going to be a blast or a pass, but it's now like the level of blast that needs to happen is kind of crazy.
It is.
Because it's getting into like, medical like problems that people are creating or things like that. And then also it's just like, what can we do? How far do we have to push it for people to be professional though? Like,
right. And I just want to know, like, why you wouldn't want to be professional in the first place?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Like,
is it lazy? It's laziness. They don't want to go to school.
Maybe I'm gonna say it's instant gratification.
Yeah,
it's instant gratification. I want to do.
You know who I'm blame Instagram. It's your fault. It's your fault. All these people out here is over here just thinking they just gonna start up a business because they love to say, I got a shop. You know what I mean? I got a salon.
Yeah.
You got a 8x8. That's what you got. But that's not.
Jesus.
That's not a salon. I
think we've said this before. You've said it before that like. That's the pinnacle, like, it's like, okay, I got a salon, I made it, like, I'm doing things. I'm doing great, which we're actually going to kind of be touching on just, like, our backgrounds and, like, how we got to this point, and us actually not even wanting salons anymore. So we'll be talking about that on our next episode. So make sure to tune in with us and subscribe and click the like button and leave comments below and let us know, what you want us to talk about.
Next topics, all of that. Thanks for watching the Beauty Talk. Until next time.
Thank you for listening to the Beauty Talk Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and give us 5 stars. Email us at thebeautytalkpodcast@gmail.com so we can add your opinion to the conversation. You can find us at YouTube by searching the Beauty Talk Podcast and by Instagram and Facebook, the Beauty Talk Podcast. Thank you for listening.